Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Happy Samhain. It is the end of October today and November, no it's not, it's the 1st of November today. Okay, so I have a few notes and I'm going to whiz through the notes and then see what we can pull out of the cards. So yes, how are you? How's it going? I have a little poem for you for Samhain. I feel the nights stretching away, thousands long behind the days, till they reach the darkness where all of me is ancestor. And that's written by Annie Finch. So first and most importantly, I want to say a big, heartfelt, full of gratitude, thank you for what's happening on this little amazing channel. So thank you to everyone who is reaching out to me right now. I'm experiencing a wave of change and new activity, plus gratitude, emails from you guys, and even donations to the channel. So if you're writing to share love for the channel, thank you so much for taking the time to reach out. And please don't take it personally if I don't respond to you. I do read every message. My heart is bursting with the love that you're sharing and the appreciation. I'm overjoyed that you're getting something. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for being here and welcome new subscribers. I see you coming in. Okay. There's too much astrology for me to talk about. There is a massive astrology, but I've picked up just a few things that I'm sensing into in the field that are loud and proud at the moment. So here now, astrology. Currently we have the Sun, Venus and Mercury in Scorpio. And the Scorpio energy is deepening as we speak. It's really pulling us into the depths of our soul self. So Venus and Mercury and the Sun in Scorpio is heating up our relationship issues, the relationship with self and the relationship with others. And this might lead to overthinking rather than feeling our way through. The encouragement from Scorpio always is to go deep water. I believe Scorpio is fixed water, so that's where our emotions have got stuck. It's where we've suppressed. And it will lead us into a dam break. So harness it, see what comes through. So since I last spoke to you, Jupiter has moved out of Aries and now is retrograding through Pisces until the end of November. And the opportunity here is an expansion of self-confidence. Okay, and it's inviting us to redraw the lines around overgiving, people-pleasing, maybe even writing new terms and conditions to ourselves. And if you asked yourself what you will no longer do to yourself, what might that be? I will no longer do this to myself. And I guess there's a hidden question in there about asking for what you want, and where do you ask for what you want and where do you avoid fully asking for what you want? Pisces, very caring, very giving, very passive. But Jupiter is holding a stronger space to say, go for it, go for it, okay? So new terms and conditions to relationships, expansion and alignment of new relationships that are more in tune at a soul level. And that might look like, because we're approaching the next eclipse, and that might look like people leaving your life or you leaving relationships so that you can rebirth into a new energy. Mars is now retrograde in Gemini until January 2023. And that's really ramping up this masculine, think it through energy. Okay, and then we go to November the 8th and the total lunar eclipse in the North Node of Taurus as feeling quite big. And a lot of the planets at that time are going to be in fixed signs. So that's going to be, might be a pressure cooker of messages and feelings and emotions and communication. And it might feel like a something's got to give energy. You'll feel push-pull, and then it will move into a bursting, surging energy. So Taurus craves security, and more specifically material security, which might not be too available right now. And a question might be, what goes on inside me when chaos or change happen in my world? What familiar do I go back to feel safe and comfortable, and do I grow in that? So all this fixed energy will test our new paradigms. So for the last, let's go since COVID, we've been integrating, healing in several phoenix cycles, burning down the old paradigms, the old beliefs and behaviors, rebirthing the new, and all of this fixed energy is literally going to hold a container to invite us to put it into place. So think of it like dyeing a piece of clothing, you know, where you would change the color of a t-shirt. So you dye a piece of clothing, that's the change, the shift, the opening to something new. So first you apply the new color, and then you fix the color so that it doesn't run. So use this fixed energy to push against as you lean into a deeper sense of integrity, dignity, new self-confidence. It's kind of an establishing energy. Establish yourself. This is a time to set our new colors into our foundation. So I've been picking up on a ton of symptoms. I think since kind of the middle of last week, I've been asking, where did it all get so noisy? It's so noisy in the field, and it might just be the collective voices of our ancestors. It might be a bit of Mercury crazy, overthinking. So here are a few of the current symptoms that I've captured. One is to do with technical appliances. Batteries suddenly draining. Now I've noticed this. So where normally on a Zoom session with the client, my battery would slowly and consistently reduce. On a couple of the sessions, it's dropped like 30% in one session. Phones suddenly dying. So something is using up battery power, which speaks to Taurus and resource, and speaks to Scorpio and shared resource. It's a lovely metaphor. And glitching, lots of tech glitching. I believe we had a massive WhatsApp outage. I don't know if it was global, but it was big. Again, that's about shared resource communication. Tsunamis of communication, and then nothing until you're kind of checking that emails are still getting to you. So this is going to be, I think, the energy for November. Stop, push. No real flow. Exhaustion and granny napping in the middle of the afternoon, especially with daylight savings times, which just messes up the body clock. Yeah, exhaustion, rest into that. Sudden body flu as well. Very noisy in the system, full of interruption, disruption, and distraction. And again, when we push against that, we bring back our focus. What is my new paradigm? What will I no longer do to myself? What do I want to birth in the world that's new, that's going to help me grow and expand Jupiter? So stop and surge energy, less flow, less time to digest, massive downloads. And I've noticed a change in audible frequency on the downloads as well. It's like that's getting louder too. Yeah. Headaches, significant third eye and crown activations. Insomnia. Blessings hidden in the chaos. Now, here's a challenge, because when the chaos hits, it might come in with detritus, and what that's going to invite us to do is to move to temperance, and that's going to challenge us to be more challenging, I guess, to be stronger, more confident in what we disregard, in what we allow ourselves to be distracted by, in what we pick up and run with. So again, it's real focus, volition, making choices based on motivation. Why do I want to be in this? So look for blessings hidden in chaos, because the chaos might bring in something that every cell in your body wants to walk away from, because it's going to grow you, stretch you. Child wounding. Part of the reason I'm so busy is people are harnessing that beautiful Scorpio energy and they want to do the deep work. It's amazing. Amazing. Abstract, super weird dreams. Now, watch out for the end of this week. I think Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday into Friday, the moon goes into Pisces. And with Jupiter retro in there, gosh. Super weird dreams, like you're living in another dimension and have to manage the transition back to here, especially towards the end of the week when the moon is in Pisces. Okay, they're the notes. Now, a ton, and I mean a ton, of cards came flying out of the deck. So let's see how big a mess I can make of these. Yeah, I'll start with the underlying energies first. Okay. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. Right. I'm going to need a lot of guidance today, please. A lot of guidance. So, 11th house, community. I think the message here is pause. Because there's a big story coming out with this one, and it's to do with new soul groups aligning. And what that's going to invite from us is a different way to communicate, is a different way to meet difference in that relationship. And as we meet the difference in others, so too do we meet the difference in ourselves. Oh, that's nice. So this is speaking about a new paradigm of shared resource, because this is giving me that Aquarian community energy to bring in more of the humanitarian self that maybe isn't so self-focused, but group-focused. And that will ask us to find our place in that orchestra. Where is your place in that new group? So these are all underlying cards to begin with. 8th house. Shared resources. Occult, mystery. What is hidden in the dark? And I'm picking up on an energy here that wants to speak into what's it going to be like to come home to yourself? So some deep soul searching energy just with those two cards. Who am I in this is the question. So here's Mercury asking us to think and rethink in new creative ways. And if we're working in that Aquarian energy, we're talking about masses of creativity. And there's a kind of blunt warrior energy coming in here. I associate Pallas Athena with the female CEO that only wants to do the first 3 agenda points and then close the meeting. It's very brief. Okay. But in this new group, she might have to second think. She might have to think again about what message she's putting out, about how she is met in that group. And is her place in that group to be blunt, to the point? Or is her place, can her place in that group be something new, a different expression of that creative 30, bringing the blueprint in, the new blueprint? So many invitations. Wow, we've done 3 cards, so many invitations to change. And if we're talking about Scorpio on the south node, then we are certainly talking about Taurus on the north node, the future focusing. Building the new. And I've got time coming in with this one as well. And in this sudden wave of busyness, which I sense will stop and start and stop and start, where do you give yourself time to come home, to rest, to be nothing? All right. So firstly, I'm going to whiz through these cards and then see how they want to tell a story. Okay, now. There might be some headbutting. Okay. Fixed energy is not easy. It's doable. You can master it and become much stronger in it. But this is speaking about it's like, where do you push the point to get what you want? And where do you just drop a seed and sit back and let it flow? Sustainability is about building long-term relationships that can stand the test of time. It's also speaking about multidimensional relationships. Wow. Wow. Where do we meet each other in different dimensions? Huh. Wow. That's beautifully complex. That's the multidimensional self. This is speaking into new passion. It's a forward-focusing passion rather than a passion that's based on something we've already done, tradition. This is a new, different way. Look at the challenges in the discomfort. So how can you meet your discomfort? Hello, discomfort. I see you. Yeah. Wow. Mm. So choices, cultivate, and that's coming in on that super sensitive too. Okay. November is 1 + 1 = 2. Very sensitive. Intuitive, highly intuitive. And in those last 3 cards, there's a lovely question about how can you cultivate passion in the discomfort of change. Okay, there's the answer. Immersion, and we're in the deep waters of Scorpio, and so if we immerse ourselves into what we're feeling here now, moment to moment to moment, and meet it, that can reveal much more of the hidden self, the passionate self. Yeah, did I see 4th house? I did. Cancer is the 4th house of home, so this is going to speak to relationship, intimate personal relationships, and a new conversation. I've got an ancestral nudge here coming in about healing the old conversations, healing the old battles in a super sensitive way. Look at this. So tension in relationships, and it might be tension in the relationship to self because you know you're changing, or you sense that change is coming, and you might not quite know how to apply that in the world, and so you might defer to the quick, blunt Pallas Athena, and that might work perfectly. But again, discernment is what's going to keep you focused. Who do I want to be in the world? I'm choosing now. I am writing my own karma. Again, karma to dharma. I am lighting my own path. I'm doing it in tension, discomfort, and a debilitated energy. Well, November's going to be fun. Yeah. Yeah. Trine's a lovely energy. Try and triangulate. So you haven't got this butting heads energy of 2 points of view. A trine might triangulate on, but what if? Or just with a question mark. And so when you look for the symbiosis, it becomes less about, well, that's all about, and more about, I can see that in me. I can see that your learning becomes my learning. I can see that the discomfort I feel when I'm around you is where we share commonality, actually. So look for symbiosis and cultivate that. That's really harnessing difference as a shared, that's community, isn't it? As a shared thing. Oh, wow, of course. Yeah. Oh, okay, lovely. That's the invitation that just came in from the ancestors, is to heal those old conversations. So there might be some kind of retrograde action going on and people coming in from the past, or similar situations coming back around, so that you can do them so that you can do them as a philosopher and get into the 9th house of Sagittarius, which follows Scorpio, and create some magic, understand things in a more Platonic way through the eyes of Plato. Philosophically, what is this teaching me? How many different ways can I perceive this situation? Because it's never black and white. Well, I think they told the story all on their own. I don't think I need to complicate it as I am given to do. So lots of challenge, opportunity, healing, relationships. Who are you in this? Who do you want to be in this? And how are you going to express that? How are you going to harness courage and create change? And I'm going to go to these again. I can't remember what they're called, the Colette Baron Reed deck. So the underlying card for these is chaos and conflict. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, well, wow. Yeah, oh, crikey. All right, right. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Oh, wow. Okay. Big story. Big underlying story. Are you ready, guys? And I'm noticing my throat chakra is getting hot as I'm speaking into these. So this is definitely speaking to community. Well, I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know. Communication, communication, communication. Don't just think it, say it and do it. Commitment. So underlying chaos and conflict. So I think we're into the bigger picture now of November. Chaos and conflict as we learn to tell the truth, whatever that looks like for you. And it might feel debilitated, discomfort, chaos and conflict. It might throw you into your wounding. It might throw you into trigger. It might throw you into anxiety. Be in it. The only way out of this is through. And the only way through is to drop in. This is Aquarius. Co-create. So look for the symbiosis. Use your imagination to bring something new in. And in that what if energy, there's no judgment. You know, when you hold the what if, you're working in that symbiosis, you're working in flow state. There's no prejudice, no judgment. There's very little, but I want this, no headbutting. What if, what can we achieve here? What's on the table? Really open. Because obviously what's going to come through now is the fork in the road, because as we've been changing, we've been birthing new paths. And the fork in the road may come with the eclipse. There's still a ton of astrology, squares and oppositions. I don't know what Pluto's doing. Pluto's going to make a big shift next year. That's already coming in. It's like everything is changing all at once, right? Okay, so you know when I said look for hidden blessings in the chaos, this might come in like a mess. Slow, slow, slow. The slower we approach, the more we can build new processes of understanding. There's no rush, remember. We're in the change now. There is no rush. And when you find the fork in the road, or if you have a tower moment where change is imposed, know that what follows it is that. Okay, we're birthing the new here. In an uncomfortable space of where the hell am I? And deferring to the inner wisdom of I know. Ah, lovely. Right. Well, this is a very deep invitation here to speak the truth. Okay. So when we speak the truth, so truth be told, right. Truth be told, do we cover up? So there was a really big ascension that happened, I can't remember, last week or 10 days ago. And I left. I went to another place. And a day after that happened, I had a reflexology session. And my reflexologist said, "You're not here." Okay. The invitation is where that's going to come out in everyday conversation. Or do we cover it up? Oh, yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm a bit tired. I'm not quite with it. All the old narrative for I'm building in another dimension, actually. I'm building a house in another dimension. I'm reconnecting with ancestors. I'm reconnecting with starseed families. Wouldn't it be amazing if that level of conversation came into the mundane to uplift? So truth be told is the invitation to speak your truth. If you're in weirdness, come on, let's birth it. And people will observe you in a different way. You will observe yourself in a different way. But as someone who has burned down her identity on camera, I strongly recommend harnessing the discomfort of that to let go of what is no longer serving you, actually to let go of what might be holding you back. Beautiful. And as we set that intention and keep walking on that path, even though the field is full of distraction. Oh, look over here, squirrel. The universe will conspire and the universe will put things on your path. The field of active intelligence, let's call it, the cosmos. Because we're now emitting a signal that says, I know where I'm going. I know what I'm now okay with. So look for serendipity, because, you know me, when I talk of soulmates, I'm talking about soul bonding, coming so deeply home that you can lean on yourself always, without doubt, without fear of being judged. And we will be judged in this. People will be judged in this. Okay, so the rising light will pull up the darkness beneath it, because the darkness, everything wants love. Everything wants love. And that doesn't mean stepping into an unhealthy relationship because you feel somehow obligated to mend that thing. It's not yours. It's about you. You take it home with you. Okay, I think that's it for the mountain of cards. And I want to go to the archetypes, because I'm curious what archetypes are going to come into sharp focus, let's say for November. Which archetypes are going to come into sharp focus for November? I'm getting hero warrior energy. It's a dismissive energy. It's a hierarchical, dismissive energy. It thinks it's better. Wow. Wow. Okay. So what I'm being given is where ability masks disability. Disability will sit in the vulnerability, sorry for all the illities, within ourselves. And sometimes we mask by being really super excellent, brilliant. And we project that. That's the personality doing the work to hide the beautiful, loving, vulnerable, powerful other self. Wow. Let's just start with those because there's quite a lot. Oh my word. Well, well, well. Right, yes. Hero. Messiah. Right. Right, okay. So they're going to be characters that won't let go. They'll hang on to the old. Wow, okay. So the analogy I'm being given is, what would it be like to birth a new religion in this world? I sense it wouldn't be easy. I sense it would attract all sorts of discombobulation and dissonance and disrespect and so the invitation with Messiah energy is to serve humanity with humility. That's the humanitarian. Shadow attribute, exaggerated belief, you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Hero, heroine, light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Climbing this mountain no matter what. Nothing and nobody is going to take me off my path. Shadow, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. It's masking energy. What are we masking? Are we brave enough to take a mask off? Just one, or three, or 9? And if we take a mask off, what's that going to be like? What's that going to feel like? Naked, vulnerable, raw. Eclipse. Light attribute, releasing what is potentially destructive. Preparing for new life. So I'm just tuning into my energy, and there's like this rumbling. The energy feels like rumbling. I'm just noticing that. Destroyer, shadow, intoxication with destructive power. Destroying others' dreams or potential, which that energy can do. You're not good enough. You're not enough. Baby, you're more than enough. You were born more than enough. Okay, let's just look at this Libran energy coming in here. Why? Okay. I want to bring these two in together. I don't know why yet. Let's see how they want to speak to one another. Virgin light attribute. maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. You see, both of those light attributes could quickly turn dark. Because, what's the word? Piety can get born from those two energies. Virgin and the Avenger can birth piety, spiritual piety, goodness piety. Let's read the shadow. Shadow Virgin, fear of intimate union. Shadow Avenger, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Yeah, there's a shadow energy coming through with this Virgin. Okay. The sentence is, in order for me not to feel my vulnerability, I will portray myself as pure. So this is the headbutting righteousness energy. And if we're in that, we're already in point scoring. Nobody is going to win. Nobody is going to grow or learn. What might help her the most is to move into her vulnerability. And it might simply be the vulnerability that she's able to hold so much light in a world that can be pretty dark. So I guess what these are saying simply is own your light. Thank you. Own your light. Know it. Commit to it and own your light. Yeah. Because with all the everything that's going to be around, oh, it's here. It feels chaotic and busy. When you can harness your own light, then you can come to the center of that tornado and sit there in the stillness. Okay, brilliant, thank you. Let's go up. And what are the primary galactic energies that we can lean into to help us navigate all of this change? What are the primary galactic energies, please, that are supporting us that we can lean into? Again, you have to go back to the last reading. I can't remember. Oh, it's a different message. All right, it's a different message coming through. So retreating to recharge, again, that's coming to the center of this fast-moving energy. Trusting in the process. Because in chaos and change, it helps us the most if we lose control. I know that seems counterintuitive. It helps us the most, can do, not all the time, for us to lose control. Mercury wants to know. It wants the answer, wants the solution, the conclusion. To let go of that is just to loosen control. So this is Dharma. This is building the lighted path through maximum sensory perception rather than intellectual knowingness. Yeah, I might say for the whole of November, build yourself a retreat, somewhere that you can go when you need it. Phone off, switch off. And the noise might want to come and get you, but where were you? That's another challenge. Yeah, throat chakra. So opening that center of truth. Speaking through in a more authentic way. And choosing what you share. You know, because another boundary that's coming in with Jupiter holding retrograde space in Pisces is, are you sure you want to share all of that? Do you want to lay yourself out there as much as that? Or do you want to protect and cultivate those little seeds that are growing? Thank you. That's the word I couldn't find before. Interconnectedness. Interconnectedness. Oh, that's new. Venus. Interconnectedness, synchronicity, God incidences. What about goddess incidences? So this is talking into the symbiosis and synchronicity, serendipity, all the S words. Okay. And as we harness a slower energy in a fast-moving environment, it's going to allow us to cultivate sensory perception. You know, big picture, I've been saying for 2 years, when all this falls down, and it's falling down, what we will be left with is intuition and a gut response. And hopefully a strong, powerful, authentic voice in the world, because we need to rebuild. So interconnectedness. Separation is an illusion. I want to put some more cards on this. I want to speak to this. This is stunning. Pleiadians coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. What I can feel into this is going to be activating the stellar gateway. So as I gaze into that card, I'm opening up all the way up. Maybe just freeze frame and gaze. There's going to be lots of time to gaze. There's no rush. It might feel like there is a rush. Okay, so I've done the archetypes, I've done the higher level. I want to speak to the Pleiades, and I wonder if we can do it with these cards. Throat chakra's going crazy. Speak to the Pleiadians, please. What are they bringing through? What are you bringing through? Okay, bear with me. Okay. Yeah. So it's bringing in this push-pull energy. I think this is going to come into quite sharp focus, this push-pull energy, maybe even the need to win the point. So what it's speaking to is yang energy. This is Mars retro. But, which is great, that is coming in with illusion. Forgive me if I've said it before, right? Fork in the road. And I've said this before, but it bears repeating. When we're in times of great change, tons of opportunities can come in all at the same time. And they can come in, absolutely, to test us. So it might be that while you're trying to build something new that can hold a deeper, more authentic expression of you, you might get an offer that looks like this. And there you have to go to discernment, focus, what do I want in that? How will that serve me? How will that serve the collective? And you'll do that by retuning, because it might be if this comes in, all the old programming in you will go, yeah, go for that, fantastic package, want that. But when you come into the here and now and start asking those critical inquiry questions, what do I want in this? What is my motivation to be in this? How is that going to move the collective forward? How is that going to serve? What is that going to serve? And other questions that you'll come up with yourself. So Pleiadians are bringing in, watch out for choices is what I'm hearing. Watch out for the choices. They might be buried in noise. And it's going to take slow discerning energy to one by one go through. You know, if we pull that down into the here and now, that might look like 30 emails in a day, in an hour. Slow down. Right, beautiful. Okay, let's start wrapping this up, please. Yeah, I want to go to these. Is there anything you want to bring? Any last messages now, please? These cards feel really shy. Can we all be really quiet? I don't think it wants to do it. Interesting. Any closing messages? This deck feels very yang. Very yang. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Or doing it the old way to move back into security and comfort, familiarity. Double mission. Okay. All right. Bear with me. All right. I've got Scorpio coming in here. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And with the shy deck, the underlying card, is talking to Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Great. Okay. All right. Bear with me. And get grounded. Taurus. So this is speaking to empaths. Sensitives connect with nature. What's this saying, please? What is this saying? Bear with me, guys. There's quite a few messages coming through here, and I'm just struggling to pull them in because there's a lot of noise that's coming in. Wow, it's so noisy, I can't hear myself think. The conversations that are coming in are to do with karmic relationships, questions, do we even need to have karmic relationships? Or yes, some of us do. So there's lots and lots of energy speaking all at the same time. But this is the one that's really pulling my attention, is protection. So when we're talking about calling back our power, we are literally speaking to Scorpio, 8th house, shared resources. Where have I given power away? Power can't be taken. Power is given, and sometimes it's given under duress and pressure and conflict and chaos and distraction. We give power to that. I want more on this. It is speaking to karmic relationships. Where can I go? Yeah. Going to be a long one today. Thank you. Yeah. Got a headache now. Yeah. This is where all the noise is. This is what's trying to come in. So what if we ask, so again, I think what's happening now is that distraction energy of lots of noise, lots of conversations all going on at the same time. So if I bring myself to center now, and I'm going to speak to the council. And I'm going to ask them, coming in on that 11th of November, and I'm going to ask the council, what's the most important message in this karmic piece? What's the most important message, please, to do with karmic relationships? Okay. Well. Life grows where energy flows. We will be asked to focus every thought. It's impossible, by the way. I don't want to put that on you. But that's the aim, is to be, think, and feel with the precision of that blade. And that will bring us so deeply into our knowingness, there's no moving us out of it. There's no distracting us with all the noise, because if we're dancing in the 8th house of Scorpio, we're dancing with completion, karma, kundalini, the wrapping up of a karmic cycle by cutting it away. Wow. There might be some endings in relationships. Completion. Thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful. I get it. And that's all happening in the middle world. Yeah, underlying energy. Trickster, deception. Watch out for the gateway. That's your focus. What is your focus? What is your focus? Okay. I'm going to wrap it up with a couple of oracles, and then we'll have an abundance card, and then I will say ta-ta. There's some messages, please, for this beautiful reading. Yes. Number 1, Ace of Swords, clarity and organization. Tidy your house up. The house of self. First house of self. Tidy your house up. So this will speak to cluttering thoughts, behaviors, possessions, relationships, obligations, commitments, responsibility. Wow, a big cleanup. It's a big cleanup. Oh, wow. This energy, it's all over the place. It is all over the place. Sometimes the direction is to be lost, to master lost. That's how we brave new worlds. Clean contract. You write your own contract. Wow, look at this. This is eclipse now. Whoa. That's an exciting energy. Wow. It's changed my whole feel. I've gone cold and my legs are fully activated. So we're making our own karma, wrapping up a huge karmic cycle. Wow. Really grasping that, building that container for the new opportunity. Dancing with the universe. It's all in your hands. We can keep remaking the old, absolutely. No shame, no judgment. Or we can be brave, vanguard, and birth the new, write our own contract. And again, there is no hurry. Okay, there's no big nothing to do. There's no big something to do. Don't start writing lists, because November is going to be, it's looking like, and I'm open to change, moment to moment evaluation, moment to moment reckoning, audit, check, focus, all of that. It's really taking back ownership of the many, many aspects of self that we've been meeting and reintegrating. It's rebuilding the holistic self that can function in so many places on so many levels, but from a place of mastery rather than chaos. And this is the shift point. So it'd be more chaos than mastery. It could look like a mess. Okay, any final messages before I go to the abundant? You really want to speak, don't you? All right then. Yeah. Here's the timing thing. Okay, look. Overwhelm and plenty, all right? So opportunities hidden in chaos will look like overwhelm and plenty. You might want to grab the plenty and deal with the overwhelm. Timing. Timing. Let go. Let go. Wow. All right. Let's wrap this up, please. For real. Let's wrap this up for real. Okay. So this is talking about tuning in and receiving intuitively and trusting the process. Wow. Okay, let's stay with this. It's getting very cold in here. A really strong message. Listen. Listen. All may not become clear for some time. Chaos needs to ensue to create change. Do we stand in the way of the stampeding bulls, or do we get off to the side and observe everything, the energy, the dust, the sound, the feeling, the smell? Listen. I'm going to show you these all at the same time. Look what's coming. A real deepening. I might add soul to that, the divine soul. This is the coming home. There's going to be some beautiful soul work going on. Beautiful soul work. And then, of course, as we move into Sagittarius, that's the time to then start disseminating, philosophizing, looking at big pictures. They're the messages. That's it. Wow. I enjoyed every minute of that. I'm now going to go and drink the contents of a small river. My throat is doing its thing. I'm going to leave you with my love. This may be the only reading for the week. My timings are going to change. My diary is a mess at the moment. And it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm going to leave you with my love and my thanks for being here. And my thanks to Zeta for everything that she's bringing. We don't quite know where she's leading us, but Zeta has done in 6 months what it took 2 years to achieve with Chrissy Channel. My only mission with Zeta is to get in her jet stream and pray to God I can keep up. Okay, fellow Zetans, it's good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, share your love, comments, likes, whatever. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.